All the stuff is replaceable. The value is having a space that has a purpose and that enables you to do stuff.
Your designated areas feed your creativity.
It's always been, how can I make this as easy as possible? And figuring out how that looks for you is the thing that is just so interesting to me.
No, I think you've got a fantastic setup, dude.
Let's do this.
Val is a full-time creator, but he's also growing and cultivating a community of creatives. Or as he puts it,
My name is Valentin and I'm building a home for creators. We're all doing our best to stay on top of what we have to do each day and what we want to accomplish. Let's look at how you can customize a better character sheet. Earlier this year, I joined Matt D'Avella's Master YouTube course, and one of the key takeaways for me was to build your inner circle. But let's check out the space and find out why he has different spaces for different purposes.
So, this is where you create.
This is the Orbit headquarters, if you want to say that.
How does it help you do what you do?
It creates a very purpose-driven space. I know when I'm standing at this computer, work happens. I know when I'm facing this wall, I work out. I know if I'm sitting on the couch, I rest. If you look this way, this is work and pretty much nothing but work, with the odd exception of D&D stuff, because that's a blend between work and fun. This has been so many iterations, but I think the biggest change was when I committed to a standing desk.
Do you think that helps? With like, if you're doing like a long editing session or anything like that, do you think there's an actual genuine benefit of being able to stand up?
It keeps me moving. So I don't think it makes the work better necessarily, but it's better for my body, which long term is a huge benefit. But then if you go this way, this is A backdrop, but B, the workout zone.
Okay, cool. So you've got like your big organizational, tactile, physical things. And then you've got like sort of micro breakdown ones as well. You've got another tactile calendar here, which is really cool. And then I can see right behind you, this kind of Orbit pre-launch. Is it like a spoiler thing or?
The spoiler is that Orbit is pretty much a solo project in terms of the actual work that needs to get done. Yes, there's a whole community behind it, but the actual work is down to me.
Is this just the way you work? You have like, you know, like high level, monthly, project-based kind of...
I needed this to keep the big picture in mind. I needed this to understand when I need to do stuff. Deadlines when you work for yourself often become meaningless, but having them on there means like it has to happen that date, because otherwise it cascades down and things fall apart. There's just a real difference in my digital brain and my analog brain, where in my edits, I already have digital markers where this is the part of the conversation where we talk about consistency or how did you become a YouTuber or whatever. But it's much easier for my brain to remember the structure if I take a pen, put it to paper and just sketch it out. I could do all of this digitally, but it doesn't work for me. I've tried it many times, and always when I try to save it digitally, it is just not as present for me, and it doesn't have as much meaning for me.
Like, how important is organization to you?
There's a really big shift in my life that happened where things used to be everywhere. I didn't care about organizing stuff. And then through working in film and television, working with people in those areas, I understood the value of organizing stuff. Like, things need to go where they belong, otherwise they get lost. Otherwise stuff doesn't get done. The key sentence for me that might even be Marie Kondo, to be honest, but everything needs a home, because otherwise it's everywhere, and that means it's nowhere.
And then there's more organization. Walk me through the sections.
Paperwork, camera stuff, whatever I need handy. Bags, because it's nice to just grab stuff. Cables and shirts. Cables, I think, is self-explanatory. Shirts.
Shirts?
Yes, this is like my main recording shirt. This is like my presenter shirt, and I don't wear it on any other occasion. So I have a handful of shirts that I kind of put on to get me in the mood, or like, I don't know, it's like a stupid brain trick. You have an outfit for a certain purpose, and it completely changes or kickstarts your ability to do something. So
Interesting.
there. And there's also have this apron, which is my alter ego. So whenever I want to record D&D videos, I put on this apron. And then I come over here, because this is kind of the tabletop area. But I have these backgrounds, I guess you could say. That I put down here. This is gonna get fucked up, whatever. So usually this camera is pointing down. And this is my set. Then I can play around here and be like, Dungeons and Dragons, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, first off, I've never seen anyone with a dedicated outfit for filming draw. I think that's I like that concept.
It's a really good life hack for creators.
Nice. Yeah. And then this thing, did you make this?
Yeah, so this is for like a fold-away camping table or whatever, right? And I had a friend drill a bigger hole because this hole was too small, had this like spigot thing. And yeah, that's like super easy because I needed a way to have this set ready as simply as possible. And you know, I had like the Manfrotto 420B overhead stand. Pulling that out, it's like, it's big, and then like, I don't want to put it away because like, oh, maybe I film something again tomorrow. And then just like in the space for a week because whatever. So this is super cool, super fun to set up.
So moving on from the nice, bright organization side to the creative and educational section, now into the dark side. Tell me about this space. What do you do over here?
It's just a background that is not a white wall that looks nice on camera. That is its first purpose. It's further also just separating the space by color, having this like very clear line between living space and workspace. And then it's a mix of storage, essentially, and I don't know, what do you call this? Like, it's sort of a trophy shelf doesn't sound right. Like, it's just mementos. It's my mementos, yes. I usually grab a chair, and then this camera's filming right now, but put the tripod up, something like this. This has become like the straight on angle, and then often the window light is fine, but sometimes it looks nicer with the softbox coming down here.
So this will become your backdrop?
Yeah, this is where I sit down and talk about the people I interview. I don't know, what do I usually say? David is a professional? No. David is a music producer and filmmaker. Or as he puts it, there's a whole spiel to it, whatever. But now, okay, here's the bit. Because it's basically just like you gotta introduce the space, the person, and I do that here rather than when I'm visiting them. But then you gotta open up a loop, right? So that's when I like sit down. It's like, so, but now let's check out his studio to find out why he doesn't put anything on the floor. And I can do it for me, like say, we're already doing it. But let's check out the space and find out why he has different spaces for different purposes.
And then over here is some things from your other channel, right?
I got the opportunity last year to try out a laser cutter. And so they're more decorative objects, but also kind of milestones for me. Basically, my first brand collaboration is what that was, really. Right? They trusted me when I had 5,000 subscribers to say like, yes, we send you a piece of gear that's really expensive, use it to whatever you want to do with it, and then make a video about it. And that was like really, really cool.
If you had to pick one thing that was incredibly valuable to you, not necessarily monetary wise, but like just something that holds a very special kind of importance to you, what would it be?
I mean, actually, I hate to say that, but as cheesy as this is, this hat is really important to me. A, because it connects me to some creators I really admire who have been a template, a guiding structure to everything I do now, right? There's no hiding this, who I've been inspired by. But also, it just is a constant reminder of the single action that matters. You can obsess about metrics, you can obsess about, should I cut it this way? There's so many millions of decisions you make creatively. But pushing this button that puts it out to the world is the only thing that matters. Before that, you're practicing, and that's okay. But if you want to reach a bunch of people, if you want to change the world, sounds pretentious. You gotta press publish. You gotta hit that button.
Also, put it on. It looks quite good on you as well.
It does look quite good, but I can't wear it anymore because it's not my own merch. So can't flaunt somebody else in somebody else's brand. I just got a couple boxes. Ooh, I'm excited. Let's see what's inside of here. Oh, this is what I'm excited for. Shiny new SD cards that are super reliable and super quick and super cool. Oh man, thank you Angelbirds just for these alone. I am so excited. But there's more. This is a proper professional grade card reader. This is gonna have a permanent home on my desk now. This is a freaking Peak Design bag that's branded by Angelbird. Nice aluminum thermos. Ooh, I like. Fancy new pen. Throw all of that in here. And good to go. To hang out with another creator. Oh my gosh. Angelbird, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you're supporting this show. And I hope all of you gonna check this out. If you're interested in getting your hands on some high quality SD cards, all I can say, subscribe and stay tuned because there's a little something special for you in the future. All right, back to the show. Bow.
So looking around, like you're very organized, to me anyway. But I guess you store everything to do with your creator work just in this area. Do you have like a wardrobe full of like tripods or anything somewhere else, or is everything?
I have a corner of shame that I'm not going to show you. That is a piece of work I have not been able to figure out. But sometimes I have phases where I film a lot in this actual space. Right now it's more at other people's spaces. But whenever I film here, this is what I pull out. And actually, this guy has been a real unlock for me.
Oh, a monopod.
It's a monopod, but it's a really good monopod. There's no head on here, but that doesn't matter. Because especially when you like have a 3-camera setup and traveling with 3 tripods is a lot. And so this monopod allows me to carry less. And also it's great in here because I'll show you. If I want to shoot, let's say this keyboard here, right? I want to get real close to the table. I have legs here. I pull this up, and there's at some point it becomes really hard to maneuver this around in a tight space and getting close. And so with this, so much easier. Just like plop. There. I want to change the angle. Whoop. And it's only one leg for B-roll shots inside the studio. It's really, really handy. Good monopod with feet on it is something I can recommend. So the last bit of gear I want to mention that you haven't asked about is this microphone over here. This is the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB Plus, I believe is the full correct term. It's been really good to have to just like record voiceover super quick. This goes right into my computer, into the editing suite. And I can just push one button, record my voiceover. And it's not just for laying down voiceover when you need to for videos, but also to do like a temp track, if that means anything. Like, for example, I have an idea for a script and I want to see how long it is. I can just like speak a rough version into it, and I have something that I can start editing from if I just want to use B-roll over it or something. So overall, this is a really cool setup that I'm really happy with, that just enabled me to create faster, making videos easier.
Nice. Yeah. What's the green donut?
That's my personal Orbit. It's one of the cheap tools that are really, really useful for me. So it's a hand strengthening ring, or whatever. I don't know what this is called.
Can I have a go?
Sure.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Nice. What I found out, in particular editing podcasts or editing conversations that I've heard over and over again, it becomes really hard for me to pay attention. And having something to do with my hands makes me pay attention better. Like it gives my body something to do while my brain can focus or something. I don't know. Some people maybe argue this like ADHD or whatever, I don't care. But this is like a really, really cheap item that just enables me to, I don't know, better, be more focused a little bit. Yeah. So that's kind of it. I don't know. I think we've seen all of the things in the space now.
No, I think you've got a fantastic setup, dude. I think your designated areas feed your creativity, of which you have a lot. Yeah, man, thank you for letting me come in. Thank you for letting me have a look and a browse around and being part of this.
Dude, thanks for coming over. It's so fun to see your space through somebody else's lens. Like, I generally just realized that I have a bunch of just mementos in this space. And now I'm gonna think about that. Why? Now I'm gonna go a level deeper, like, why do I keep so many things that remind me of the past? I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for coming over. This was really fun. Maybe sometime I go see your space, wherever you're gonna be.
Deal. Season 2.
All right, sounds good.